Man, what's going on, YTBC? I just wanted to give my quick video, quick little thoughts on this, man. Fight is finally coming up in several hours. It's finally showtime. It's finally time to dance. But I just wanted to talk real quick about the weigh-in yesterday, and basically just the magnitude of this fight overall. First, I want to say that the way that these two had to, when these two had to stare down, you had everybody in the comment section saying, Floyd looked nervous, he looked scared, and because he wasn't trash talking like he usually does. You know what I mean? I didn't see anything that indicated Floyd was scared. I think people are confusing someone being focused for fear because he wasn't trash talking like usual. They thought they say he's scared. You know what I mean? He been ducking this man for years and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? I don't think either one of these guys are scared. I just think that with a fight of this magnitude, there's no need for trash talk. He did the same thing with Canelo. I know Canelo isn't really good with English, but still, he didn't say anything bad about him. You know what I mean? It wasn't necessary. And because Floyd is already at the top, what more is there to say as far as him being the biggest draw in boxing? When he fought De La Hoya, he was doing his antics, but he wasn't at the top. De La Hoya was at the top. You know what I mean? All of this is to sell a product, to sell a fight. The bickering back and forth between camps, all of this is to sell tickets. Nothing more, nothing less. People get too caught up in all the extra stuff, all the filler stuff, ESPN, Associated Press, and all that. All of them saying, I really think, Manny, man, he's on a mission. He don't like Floyd, and then the other side, like, Floyd don't like Manny. You know what I mean? That's why he ain't saying nothing. It's, nobody knows what's going through these two heads. You know what I mean? People get caught up in all that. And, of course, ESPN, Skip Bayless and all them, Skip Bayless say Pacquiao gonna knock out Mayweather. And then you got Stephen A saying, Mayweather gonna do with that to Pacquiao. I mean, those two, you can't even take them serious anyway. All they do is entertainment. Most of the time, they don't even make sense. They just arguing just to be arguing. People like to see ratchet TV these days. And they get caught up in all that. You know what I mean? A fight of this magnitude that's projected to make $400 million. Granted, it's a projection. It means nothing till the final sales come through. But $400 million? That's almost $500 million. Mayweather's getting 120 of that. Pacquiao's getting 80. For one fight, for 36-minute fight, assuming it goes the distance. They showed the stats or something like that. They say, man, if it does go the distance, they're going to be split like, what, $130,000 per second? That's crazy. That's crazy. $100,000 per second for one fight? I mean, a fight this big, it don't need any antics. It don't need anything extra. You know what I mean? And it's amazing that, Pacquiao was talking all this God stuff about, God's going to deliver him and do this and that. And I'm not going to beat that dead horse too much. I know, shout out to Max, Stroker Vision, Dante's Boxing Nation, and a few other channels already mentioned this, but I just want to give my take on it. God wouldn't be involved in a fight like this. He wouldn't be involved in any fight. This is a sport where two men lace up gloves and try to beat the brakes off each other. I highly doubt someone who's all loving and cares about his people, her people, however you want to look at it, and sit there and pick sides to say, yes, Pacquiao's going to knock Mayweather out. My son's going to knock my other son out. No matter how disappointed you may be in one of your kids, assuming God would be disappointed in Floyd for whatever reason, I guess trash talk, whatever. No responsible, caring parent would be okay with seeing their other kid get knocked out. It wouldn't happen. There are more important things for God to worry about than two men getting paid to beat each other up. And I know Pacquiao means well when he makes these comments, but it comes off as a self-righteous type of thing. It's like, look, the only people that are involved in this fight are you, Mayweather, and Kenny Bayless. There's only 3 people in that ring. It's up to you to take care of business. I know he's using God as a comfort thing. That's fine. I'm not knocking that. But at the end of the day, you got to take care of business. It's up to you to beat this man. Put that first L on his record. And the inverse is true. It's up to Mayweather to beat Pacquiao. God ain't going to do it for these two. It's up to them two. Y'all put in the work during training camps. Show why you the best. You know what I mean? And the hate that this man gets, that Mayweather gets from the boxing fans in general, is crazy. I ain't never seen a man more hated in my life. And I mean, every time he gets in the ring with somebody who's supposed to be this boogeyman, they say, oh, Mayweather ain't ready for this or that. You know what I mean? He wasn't ready for Canelo. He wasn't ready for Robert Guerrero, Maidana, Genaro Hernandez, Diego Corrales, whoever you throw, whatever name you want to throw in the hat, they say Mayweather wasn't ready for him. He beat him. They say, oh, he was cherry picked or weight drained or whatever. I think Mayweather's going to be out to prove, all that built up disdain for this man, him still being an under. I don't know what the Vegas odds are officially. I know when they started out, it was 3-1 in favor of Mayweather, but odds always change when the fight comes up. But as far as the people's perception, Pacquiao's the favorite. Mayweather's been the underdog most of his career. I think he's going to be out to prove why he's going to show people why he calls himself the best ever. Do I think he's the best ever? No. It's impossible to say because every fighter's had different eras. You've had, Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Jack Johnson, Jack Dempsey, Max Schmeling, Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano. I mean, different fighters, different training methods, different medicine. It's impossible to say who is the best. Do I think he's the best fighter of the past 20 years? Yes. Is Pacquiao another one of the best? Yes. But as far as overall, I can't say. It's impossible. It's impossible. But no matter who wins this fight, I'm going to be happy because I'm a huge fan of both fighters. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. But people are caught up in this hype. This God versus Satan. They make it Mayweather to be this evil guy. They've been doing that for years. And as this fight is approaching, man, the prejudice is jumping all over YouTube comments and all this other stuff. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I ain't never seen this before. Boxing's always had racial undertones, but in this fight, it's going to come out. And when I go watch this fight at the bar, probably Buffalo Wild Wings or maybe in my stepdad's house, it's going to really jump out. You know what I mean? So I think Mayweather's going to really, with all that built up, he's going to show why he's number one pound for pound. The only way Pacquiao's going to have to win is to show us something he has never shown before, and that's not making any fundamental mistakes or making very little. With all the mistakes this man makes, as great of a fighter as he is, he makes a lot of mistakes. And Mayweather, being the type of fighter he is to adjust after a few rounds, if Pacquiao don't straighten up, he's going to get picked apart. Period. Like I said, I love Manny Pacquiao. He's a beast. But if he don't straighten up his mistakes, and he can't go in there trying to lunge and try to knock this man out, Mayweather likes that. It may be uncomfortable for him for the first few rounds, just like what happened and whatever, but after a while he started breaking you down, going to the body, and then getting his rhythm down with the check hooks and all that, and it's a wrap. I still think this fight gonna go the distance, but Manny cannot afford to make any fundamental mistakes or it's gonna be a short night for him. People, they caught up in this good versus evil thing. They putting all their faith into Pacquiao, which is fine, but I mean, the hate this man gets is ridiculous. Nobody knows him personally. Nobody knows either one of these guys personally. We should just sit back, enjoy the fight no matter who wins. no matter who comes out on top. So, you know, that's all I really got to say about this, man. I love both fighters. For the last time, I'm gonna say that. But after this fight, I want this to go back to boxing. No more Pactard, Flomo, no more nigger or gook or none of that nonsense. It's sickening. It's really sickening. This is just boxing. You can support your fighter, but don't be prejudiced about it. That's it. I'm out.